on today's episode of Open Box Policy.
Did you purposely put pauses in there to try to change it up? You're like,
no.
on
super,
today's
game
episode
showy.
Of
It
Open
was,
Box
It was
Policy.
super game showy.
It was?
On today's episode of Open Box Policy.
Well, that's weird. Anyway, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Major spoilers.
Major spoiler alert. We are going to talk a lot about Game of Thrones theories and about the last episode. So if you haven't seen it, please listen because we don't care. We're also going... The whole middle of the episode was great. It was just totally random. Our conversation just kind of, which is so evident in most of our episodes, it just really goes off kilter. And I'm going to be honest, I can't remember what we talked about.
I mean, there was mention of like you inserting things in people, and Devin being really sad about stuff.
Yeah, it was.
I think there was a
TikToking.
TikToking.
Yeah,
there was a lot of random shit.
Yeah, and then we get it all back together, and we talk about flexibility in the workplace and how, like,
and then we all pull it back together and tie it up with a nice string about flexibility in the workplace and why you should be flexible.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
And how the new
shitbags.
generation is the most inflexible generation I have ever experienced in my entire life.
So don't be shitbags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to find us on our socials, we on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and soon to be TikTok. Just kidding. At OBP_raw. Jamie?
Sorry, I was looking for this paperwork.
She was looking for her cue card, basically.
If you want to continue the conversation, send us an email. Which, does anybody ever send us emails?
No. But we'll keep saying.
Because
But
one day, they'll fucking pop off and send us 1,000 emails.
They will.
Yeah.
If
Waiting
you
on
guys-
the day.
If you guys want to pop off, do it at obppodcast@gmail.com.
So hip.
Did you and Anna survive Game of Thrones?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was all fucking crying and shit.
And you were not?
No.
Were you mad? You look a little mad about it.
I thought it was a decent episode.
You said it was decent.
I didn't think it was the best
What
episode.
are you talking about? It was like some of the best programming ever.
Bullshit.
Yep.
On
Bullshit.
TV.
Here we go.
What did you say?
No.
Bullshit?
Yeah, dude.
He called it decent.
Why?
All right. Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
actually confused by your statement as well, and I will probably be the first one that takes your side on a lot of things. Love you, Adam, but I don't understand your point on that.
because the story of the White Walkers and the Night King and everything, it's been built up since season 1, right?
He wanted Jon Snow to kill him.
No. I don't care who killed the fucking Night King. It's been built up like this is death marching towards us. You know, this is the end-all be-all war.
And I think it was well done. That was one of the most suffocating fight scenes I've ever seen in my entire life.
I was sweating. I had to
yeah,
take
there were
clothes
times.
off. I had to lower the AC.
Yeah, there were
really
times
rough.
that I was like breathing hard, freaking out. It was one of the most suffocating things when it was like a wall of people.
Yes.
So tell
Battle
me
of the
why.
Bastards was way better than that battle.
Battle of the Bastards was and it was in daylight, and I agree, but that was one of the most tense and scary like episodes that I've ever seen.
I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of fight scenes and battles, so when I heard it was going to be so long, I was kind of dreading it, thinking it was going to be really boring. I don't like war movies. I don't like anything really like that. And so I thought, okay, here we go. I'm going to be sitting down and a little bit bored. But I actually super enjoyed myself, and I found it was very tense and very full of anxiety.
I guess my problem with it was you have this Night King and his Night Army and everything, and then you just like we finally get Night King action.
Wait,
right?
we should say before we continue.
Spoilers.
Spoiler
Well, we'll
alert.
say it in the opening as well.
We will.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Don't listen to
But
this.
I think there's probably a lot of people that just go skip.
I do it on my podcast I listen to.
Yeah, you skip the
including
intro.
ours. I just skip till I hear my voice.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, no shit.
Wow.
On the intro, I could literally be like, on today's episode of Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because nobody's listening.
You know, they just fast forward it to like 3 minutes, and they're like, finally.
Exactly.
they're talking
I
about
don't think
something.
so. I think that they want to hear the bullshit they may have to listen to for the next 45
Right.
minutes and decide whether it's important or
Yeah.
not.
Well, I always think that. I mean, we're totally off subject now, but I always think that a lot of times in our intros, the majority of our intros are funny and kind of different because we're still goofing off in the intro. It's not like
I'm just
step
goofing.
1, step 2, step 3. Yeah.
Well, we do our intro at the end where we're all like, fuck yeah, we made it through an episode. We're all about to go home and just relax.
It's called an outro.
Yeah. You know the intro at the end?
No, we do the
God.
intro at the end of the episode.
You're so. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was
Jesus.
like, you're just not with the
No,
industry.
we
You're not with the
record
lingo.
the episode and then we
Then we
go
do the
back
intro.
and do the intro.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I'm so
Whoops.
sorry that I'm shitty with the industry.
Yeah.
Anyway, back
So
to Game of Thrones.
no,
Industry.
that whole thing that just happened between Jamie and I, once again, just proves that men just don't hear women. I just don't. I didn't hear.
I
I'm
know
not
you don't.
receiving you.
I know.
I'm not
You
receiving.
don't
you.
receive
I'm not
anything,
receiving your
including
language.
vagina.
I can
Oh.
receive. What would you say about your vag?
Not my badge.
Oh, oh,
There's stuff in it.
Wait, whose batch were you talking about? Mine, Adam's, or yours?
yeah.
Okay, so go back. What were you talking about?
Anyway, so
Yes.
they've built this Night King and his Night Army up since season 1. This is the end-all, be-all. This is what we should be worried about. This is death marching towards our doors. Blah, 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 blah. And then we finally get some Night King action, which we've never had before. Minimal Night King action.
Yeah.
And then
well,
all of a
walking.
sudden, he's just fucking dead. And it's like, all right, White Walkers are done. Let's go to the actual war against people. Like,
Yeah,
what the
I mean-
fuck? Why do they...
I
They
wanted-
could have... Listen, I wanted
there to be a lot more Night King. Go ahead.
I did
yes,
not.
I agree. I wanted them to lose Winterfell, have to retreat back to King's Landing, and
That's
boom,
what I thought was
final
gonna
episode, big ass battle with
That's
the
what
Night
I-
King and his army.
I thought
That's
that was
what I
gonna
thought
happen.
was going to happen.
Me too.
I thought the big twist was going to be they lose Winterfell and
Yes.
they lose a couple 100,000 soldiers and they
Yep.
have to run
Everybody
to
in
Cersei.
the crypts dies.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yes. I 3/4 of the way through that episode, I was like, oh, that's the twist. They lose.
right.
I thought that I was doing the same thing. I was sitting there with Glenn watching it and going, "Oh, so this is it. They're gonna lose, and the
Yep.
next few episodes after this are gonna be them trying to recoup and
Yep.
fight again." Yeah, I thought the same thing because it
And
looked
then
like
the
there was
final
literally
battle
no end.
will be even fucking bigger because you have everyone against the Night King, right?
Yeah.
Literally the whole world.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the
So-
whole world against the Night King.
We get like, awesome battle scenes and shit, and then the last 10 minutes of the episode, we finally get some fucking Night King action. He's
Listen,
walking
but I-
through Winterfell all badass and shit, right?
I understand
And then it's
what you're
all
saying.
over. Then it ends.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I agree that same as Adam, I was halfway through the episode and I thought, yeah, this is it. Like, there's no way they're gonna win. Like, the fucking, I mean, he basically let nobody kill him
Yeah.
until a flying tiny woman did.
Listen,
Which-
that scene where he died, badass.
Yeah,
that was
I
like one
rewound
of the
it, like,
most
5
badass
times.
scenes that I've seen in TV.
Yes.
Well,
it
and it's
should have
also
been in the last episode.
It's also agreed, but it's also there was a lot of stuff that was foretold and foreboding.
Yeah.
Arya was standing in the exact same spot, and she crept up on Jon, and Jon turned around and said, "How did you sneak up on me?"
Really? I didn't know that.
Right where, yeah. So
there's a whole bunch when she hands her dagger over to Sansa, and she goes, "I don't know how to use it." She goes, "Use a pointy tip," which goes back to I think season 3.
yeah,
There's a whole
Jon told her.
Well, John told her when he gave her the sword, like
when
stick
he
it
Yes.
gave
with
her
the pointy
needle.
end.
He was like, you stick them with a pointy end.
Yep.
Yep.
And,
And then what do we say to death? Not today.
yeah, not
Yep.
today. And then earlier in the show, I think someone had told her, the witch told her earlier, you're going to end a lot of people. They're going to have brown eyes, green eyes, and blue eyes. And then she repeats it to her.
And then it's like, oh, blue eyes. So Glenn.
And slower. Like
and
blue eyes.
I went, oh, and Glenn goes, what? And I go, blue eyes. He goes, what? And I go, blue eyes. And he goes,
Glenn doesn't care.
What do you mean? And I'm like, the White Walkers have blue eyes. And he was like, oh. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's one thing that lets you know they're White Walkers is their fucking blue eyes. But
what a dumb bastard.
He's never fully invested on any show ever. Like, he enjoys it. It's good. But he's never fully invested. Like, I put my phone in the kitchen away from me. Why are you shaking your head?
Because Glenn's a dumb bastard.
I mean, he liked it.
You should have done air quotes. Blue eyes, like blue eyes,
right.
Icy cold blue eyes.
He just doesn't. He doesn't get invested in any TV shows, whether he likes them or not. He's just like, it's just TV.
But listen, it was a good
no,
episode.
He hates watching TV.
Yeah.
Glenn wants to just sit outside and like swat bugs and smoke cigarettes and drink beer. That's like
and
all
I
he
don't
wants to
do. Do any of those things. So when I force him to watch Game of Thrones, it's like I've, fucking pinned.
Stolen his soul.
Yeah. But I liked it. I did.
Jamie is the Night King.
It was a good episode.
When it was on, Glenn turned to me and was like, is this a season finale? And I, for a second, went, oh my God, is it? Because it was so long and so intense that I thought it was really awesome that they did such a huge episode with other episodes to follow. It didn't feel like it end all be all. It's like, okay, something more is going to happen. What's going to happen in the next couple episodes type thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good episode. The battle scene they could have prepared for that battle way the fuck better than they did. You know, I know they had like a short time to prepare or whatever, but you're fucking stupid. You send the Dothraki army out into an open field with them. You know they're gonna fucking die. It's pitch black and it's cold.
Well, and then,
that was a really well done scene though. To watch all of those flames.
Oh my God!
Go out
I almost pissed myself. I was like, oh my God, they're all leaving. All the flames are going out. What the fuck?
When the whole thing started. And someone had to explain this to me, but I was a little pissed off when the whole thing started. Just, if you think about it strategically, militarily, you're like, why would you just send your fiercest fighters out in the very beginning?
Exactly.
But the good thing about it is the Dothraki just don't care.
Yes.
They don't care if they die, and they're like, that's cool, we'll go.
That's cool. We'll just die.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's like the Chinese. That's what they did. But in the Japanese, that's what they did all through the wars.
Right.
So, then I was like, why aren't Jon and why aren't Daenerys taking the dragons and just going down the line?
Why did they start the battle sitting on a fucking cliff watching the battle like a bunch of assholes?
Daenerys already knows that the Night King is like a sniper with his big sword, and that sword cut right through her other dragon. She's already seen it happen once, and it's pitch black. So she's afraid that if they start flying over there, that he's going to come out of nowhere and he's going to kill another dragon. So they can't let loose of the dragons. So they assume that they're going to. How dare
the dragons die before all those fucking people?
Well,
I don't believe it. I have a problem with your theory, Adam.
I do too.
Okay.
I sat there the whole time.
The other
being
theory.
mad with them.
Listen to me. The other.
We're listening.
Yeah. The other. I want you to. Can you receive me? Please receive me.
I'll listen, but I won't receive you.
You're going to receive me.
I won't. Oh God, that's super
rapey.
perverted.
That sounds a little rapey.
It's rapey. Receive me.
Wouldn't that be a great name for a rapist?
Me?
The receiver.
No.
The
forcer.
The giver. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
The enforcer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wow. Okay.
The other part of this theory was basically that they are not there to really fight the White Walkers in the Night King army. They are specifically trying to lure him out. They're specifically setting everything up. They talked about it, that he is the target because the only way to win that battle is to kill him.
I don't know.
So it is. It's the only way to win that battle.
No, I understand that. I just
because
don't.
That was their goal, yes.
Every single person they kill is another White Walker.
Yes.
So they have to kill him. So the whole point is to hold off the army until he can come out and start going towards Bran. Yeah,
What a
Braun and
dick.
Bran drive me. I get them mixed up. So that was the whole reason why they didn't just go and start killing everybody, because then he would have just retreated. They needed him to come.
So that's
I
a
don't know.
lot of guys to sacrifice. You're watching your entire army get slaughtered, and you're just sitting there flying around. They did. Her and John went back to the
Hey,
fucking
Devin.
White Walker line with the trees and shit.
Devin, to be fair,
the weather
there wasn't,
also-
they weren't just flying. There was a lot of sitting on a fucking cliff watching people die.
Right,
So
yeah.
let's
But
be clear there.
They took both of their dragons and flew to the back of the line where the White Walkers are. If they're trying to stay away from the Night King throwing spears at them,
They-
why the fuck would you go to the back
When
of the
did they
line?
go
was
to the
my
back of
point.
the line?
They went to the.
They
when
went
it
to
got-
the fucking forest, the trees where the
and that's
dead
when
were coming
and
out
that's
of.
when then he did the whole snow coming in that made the dragons go fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. They were going back there to start killing people, and then all of the weather came in, and then the dragons couldn't see anything because the Night King controls the weather.
Well,
Listen,
The
it doesn't
winter is
matter.
coming. Winter is coming. Yada yada.
You could have stayed at the front of the line and just went back in a line and fucking carpet bombed the army of the
Yes.
dead until he came out. He's
Constantly
on a
have the
dragon. You would see
dragons.
him coming, you know? And just stay low, just fucking fly.
And,
anyway, so
Since when
many
did you
more
become a
strategic.
general?
and
I
thank
do.
God,
I'm a general of Game of Thrones right now.
thank God the Red Witch was there to ignite the. I mean, like for fuck's
Melisandre.
sake, like
Like
they.
a snack.
The guy did the whole signal and was like, they can't see us. And I'm
Right.
sorry, he did the signal for what, 15 seconds and put it down and was like, nah.
But in his defense, where the fuck were the dragons? They were
That's
like in
true,
the top
but
of the
like
sky.
I would just keep doing that in hopes that
Yeah.
maybe at some point they would. Like if my life depends on it, I'm standing there for fucking 3 hours waving my arms around.
Yeah.
But thank God she showed up. Adam's about to have an orgasm talking about her.
Melisandre.
Oh my! Stop.
She's so hot. She's the hottest character in there.
Did you
Is
see?
she-
Did you see her true self?
The Red Witch.
Yeah, I was about
Oh,
to say,
yeah.
is she hotter when she leaves her necklace on or takes it off?
Yeah. Yep. She was so
She's
hot.
very pretty.
Oof.
Yes.
She's
Oof.
ridiculous. Woof.
But that entire last scene with Arya, it was a very well done scene, badass scene. I wish that they would have saved that for the last episode where they killed the White Walker army. Because
I felt-
I'm left. Go ahead.
I think that if they would have ended it like that, like most series end with a big punch, I would have been like, oh, that was predicted. But instead, they did it in this, and I have, I guess, high hopes that the remaining episodes are going to be really good. I mean,
But they're not. Like, here's what it is.
they might, yeah, that's true.
The entire series of Game of Thrones, like I said, we're up against the White Walker army. Oh, the Night King's coming with his army of dead. This is death marching towards us. And then now that they're gone, it's like I feel empty, you know?
Well, you don't have to. Cersei.
She's worse than, she's the fucking
She's
worst.
worse than the Night King.
Fuck yeah, she is. She is a vengeful
Adam.
fucking bitch. She just
Adam's like staring daggers through you right now.
Well, it's because I kind of I agree with Jamie.
oh my
You agree that
God!
Cersei is worse than the Night King?
Jamie received me. Like,
Oh my
no,
God.
seriously.
The name of the
Receive
episode
him.
is gonna be something with
Yeah.
receive.
Adam gets received.
I mean, there's no way they're
Cersei's
gonna.
an awful twat.
There's
She's
no way
awful.
they're
Yes,
gonna end
I
this
agree.
series as like a lame. They're gonna do, and I'm not saying it's gonna be as big and awesome as that
When
is last week, but it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be something that's gonna give us a punch. Like they've done a really good job all these seasons, that they're not just gonna end on a lame note.
Yeah, I guess my
I have some
emptiness
interesting
with the episode.
theories. Should we just keep talking about Game of Thrones and just say the hell? I mean, we could talk about other
Well,
stuff
listen,
too.
we'll get to other topics, but I just feel empty now that the army of the dead is gone.
You mean
Because
I do
that
too.
is that
We
is
get it.
what the entire show was built up to be. I know it's called Game of Thrones, and it's like, who's going to sit on the throne at the end? But the entire show, they tell us, oh, we have to watch out for the army of the dead.
From season 1,
Yes.
winter is coming.
Right.
Winter is coming. They show the Night King's like face, and I mean, from season.
Yeah, but you guys.
Let's move on.
No, hold on, real quick. You guys are complaining because they finally killed them off in.
No, I'm not complaining. I loved it. He's the bitch that's
Well,
complaining.
what season 8?
He's
it's
the bitch that's
it's
complaining.
it's season 8, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're mad that we had 8 seasons of this shit and it finally ended in almost almost the last episode of the last season. So like the predictive thing would be to carry it to the very last episode and end it there, but they're not doing it that way.
I feel like
and now everyone feels at a loss because
I don't.
now what do we have? People fighting people.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm stoked about the Cersei thing all day.
I feel like
it's not going to be as exciting to me.
I think they're going to kind of blow it up. I think Cersei's got that huge army, and she's got all this stuff, and she's got Balon Greyjoy. No, not Balon.
Yeah, that's it. No, Euron.
Euron Greyjoy, the crazy asshole, great actor. So here, I want to drop a theory on you, a theory that I dropped on someone today that me and Jacqueline have talked about a few times, and I started to really think about this. So
drop a big steamy theory on me.
I am.
And receive it.
You're going to receive my steamy theory?
Well, I was talking about Devin. I'm not receiving
it.
Yeah, I'm not receiving
hard.
it. I hope you're listening, Devin, because I'm not receiving it.
Oh, wait. I was talking about a pile of shit. I wasn't talking about your dick.
Well, I mean, you can have a big, long, hard, steamy shit, too. And my dick's definitely not steamy.
Yeah, right.
So if it was, I'd have a problem.
Can we stop
Drop
talking
the
about your
stereo,
dick?
bro.
We're not talking about my...
You just brought up your dick. Let's
Once.
do it.
Anyway, so early on, season 2, season 3, season 1, I can't even remember, Cersei has a flashback as a young woman. She goes out into the forest and she seeks out a witch, or she seeks out a woman who is like a soothsayer.
Correct. I know where you're going with this.
That woman tells her that you will be killed by your brother.
At the hands of your brother.
You will be killed at the hands of your brother. Okay?
Wait, sorry. What are we talking about?
So early on in Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
she goes out into the forest. She's
Yeah.
a young blonde-haired girl, and
Yep.
she sees this witch, and she's with like a couple of her friends. And they're like, "Ooh, it's so gross in here." And then like the witch comes out of nowhere and starts talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just setting the scene. Ooh, it's so gross. It's so weird.
Oh my god.
It was
Look at
like
these candles
probably
and
like a
cobwebs.
midsummer night, about 85 degrees, whatever.
Yeah. Why is she wearing brown? This is so weird.
After Labor
Does it
Day,
work
what
with your
the
skin
fuck?
tone?
Yeah. Smells. So they talk to her. She's like, you're gonna get killed at the hands of your brother. So here, a lot of people aren't paying attention to this. A lot of people want Jamie, who is completely in love with her.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Not you, numbnuts.
I looked at you
Oh
like,
my God.
Everything's not
this
about
is,
you, Jamie.
all of a sudden I picked up. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
about me? Okay,
No,
let's
yeah, I
go.
know.
Jamie's
Yes.
going to kill Cersei,
No.
a.k.a. Jamie, a part of this podcast.
I hated Jamie all
Yeah.
seasons until this season episode, and I was like,
Me
don't
too.
kill Jamie!
Oh, I hated Jamie up until about last season. Then I really started when he started to really kind of fall in love with Brienne.
Yeah.
And started to, that whole thing. I was like, oh wow, he's an amazing
know.
guy. Right around the time he
I
got
was the
his,
same way. And I felt so bad thinking about his past. Like, oh my god, I love him. Oh, but
yeah, he was railing his sister and pushed a boy out of a window. I mean,
those are like 2 things out of like 50 things that he's done. That's fucking awful.
He was railing his sister and said the things we do for love, and pushed a boy, a child, out of a window. The things we do for love. Anyway, so a lot of people have assumed because she hates Tyrion so much that Tyrion will be the one that kills her.
Yep.
I mean, the stories about how awful she was to Tyrion, about her like pinching his penis until he screamed and all that weird shit. It's just unbelievable. That was the guy, the Dornish guy, that told her that, told Tyrion that.
Yeah.
So then everyone's thinking, well, it seems appropriate for Jamie to kill her because that's the one that she has been in love with. Oh, I'm going to blow your mind. So she is apparently pregnant with Jamie's baby. Right?
Yeah.
Apparently.
So that baby is technically her brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do not tell me.
Here it
her
is.
dying is going to be
Here
that.
it is.
I have a
Oh,
hard time with family
God.
Are you-
trees.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It's not stupid.
It's
that
stupid.
baby is
dumb.
her brother. The king, all of her children that she bore are her brothers.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your... Keep going.
And also her
The
sons.
baby is going to kill her.
Is it going to be like one of those weird horror movies where a knife comes out?
No, I think that she
It's
is
Chucky.
going.
I don't
She's
think
going
so.
to be giving birth to the baby, and is going to like die in childbirth.
Listen, if that's how she's taken out, fuck Game of Thrones. Done. Like if she
Right.
dies in childbirth that like millions of women do around the world, I'm done. I'm fucking done. No way. I want her stabbed through the eye.
I mean, listen, their
By-
medical facilities back then were not that sanitary.
Yeah, they're
so-
just not up to par. Yeah. Middle
Can you
Earth has the
imagine-
worst hospitals.
Can you imagine that like headline like
Westeros
the
has
next
really
day,
shitty.
Cersei dies
prenatal
from
care.
like staph infection after giving birth to her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
she dies some weird way. No, it's Jamie. Jamie's gonna be the one to kill her
I agree.
for sure. 'Cause Jamie's her
But
younger
he'll be
brother.
forced to. It'll be something like
Well, I think he'll finally see the monster that she's become, and then he'll kill her. But when he kills her, he will also fulfill the prophecy of the Lord of Light, and he will be the prince who was promised.
But to be
Boom.
fair, didn't everybody have these theories about Jon Snow and who he's going to kill? Like, what if they do another, like, 180 and fucking, I don't know, somebody comes out of the woodwork and stabs her to death? Or,
Somebody
Her
jumps
baby.
from a dark area, stabs her.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the witch was wrong.
Maybe.
Maybe Euron Greyjoy will kill her.
Well,
And he
here's the
said he
thing.
was going to put a baby in there.
I think he's fucking hot.
He is hot.
He's super fucking hot.
Is it his energy of chaos that's flowing through his
A
veins
little.
that makes him hot?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
And also
I mean,
his weird eyeliner, which I don't like eyeliner on guys, but for the show, it works. And his fucking like drunken like blah, blah, blah. Not somebody I'd ever want to date in real life, but but on
But you'd want to suck his dick, though.
probably
you want to get railed by him.
just so I could like
Yeah.
talk about this hot
It
guy.
probably tastes like the ocean.
Oh, probably ocean and
Ew.
sweat.
Salty.
Probably tastes like
Ugh.
fucking squid.
But no, I mean he's
Rum.
he's like a Jack Sparrow of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
He's
But I
like
mean,
a
that's the
crazy
that's the
Jack
impression you
Sparrow.
get from everybody that like lives on the sea, that they're just like a little off.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess you gotta. Yeah.
So I know.
But I want to see how I want to see what happens with the two of them. I feel like maybe I don't know what she likes his fucking arrogance and all that, but I think there's some end game with her. I don't think she's genuinely wants to continue anything with him. Maybe
No,
his dick is good, and
listen,
that's probably
She
it.
just did that to get him to shut up. Basically.
Listen,
I
mark
don't know.
my
Her
words.
face was very. Meh.
Mark my words. She's not pregnant. She was just telling Jamie that to keep
I
him
agree.
around.
I agree.
She's not pregnant.
Yep.
Jamie's gonna kill Euron to get to Cersei.
Yep.
And then he's gonna have to kill Cersei, and then that's when he's gonna fulfill the prophecy.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
like
she.
how
the
you just
Prince
keep
promised.
putting a Z in her name, Cersei.
I don't think
That's
she's
what her
pregnant
name is,
either.
Cersei.
It's Cersei.
Cersei, whatever.
No, there's
We're
no
saying
Z.
the same thing.
It's just Cersei.
Wait,
Well, you
is
guys
she
aren't
is
saying-
she rich or poor?
She's poor.
That is a flashback.
I don't think.
Hey
she's-
guys, check out episode
Listen,
blah blah
you can-
blah.
You
for
can
the
have your
poor.
poor, and I'll have my Cersei. Okay.
There's no.
Well,
Z.
you pronounce. How do you pronounce Caesar,
Caesar, you're right. Look at you.
motherfucker?
That's true. I'm not
Don't.
saying anybody's right, but that's true.
I
Caesar.
really fucking chaps my
Cersei.
ass when Devin pulls something out of his ass that I can't refute. It really. How do you pronounce Caesar? I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, right.
Just let me have this one, okay?
He's
I
right.
don't get many with you, Adam. Okay.
I know. I don't think there isn't a Z in her name, right?
No,
No,
Yeah.
it's an S.
which is his point on Caesar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Cersei.
I make good points sometimes.
Yeah.
You do.
I make the best points. There was something else I was going to tell you all.
Is it how sweet your new fucking car is?
Oh, it's pretty fucking badass. We'll talk about that later.
Ugh.
It's unbelievably badass. I haven't had the chance to take Glenn for a ride in it yet. I took a bunch of friends for rides this weekend. I took one of my neighbors for a ride. Every one of them was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I really want to say thank you so much for making that decision and then basically forcing my husband into a midlife crisis where now he wants to buy a Camaro and he has gone to, talk about...
Camaro.
He was looking at that before I started looking at my car.
Listen, here's my thing.
But in me buying my car literally
if Glenn,
made Glenn
pushed him
like...
over the
Yeah,
edge.
if Glenn was as motivated to like get estimates on our wood floors as like his Camaro, we would have been done like 4 years ago before we bought the fucking house.
Every day,
For
bro,
God's
I get like
sakes.
text messages. He's like, look at this
He
Camaro.
went in. He went
Every
in
day.
without me and met to figure out if we could get our the Kia loan down and like how much all this and then.
Yeah, but he did a good job.
Yeah, but you know what? Be that motivated for other things other than a fucking Camaro, which we don't need a Camaro.
Jamie, you need to get out of his fucking way.
The Australian man's
okay.
going to get his Camaro.
I'll get the
I'm
fuck
joking.
out of his way.
Please don't.
Do you want me to?
Please don't.
You want me to?
No.
All right. Don't say that shit to me. Fuck.
Jamie, you
Don't
need
threaten
to
Jamie
stifle
with a good
him
time.
and be a good
No,
wife.
I'm not doing any of those things. I am letting him do what he wants.
He's not going to do it. I already talked to him about it. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
get all your other shit together first, then buy a car.
Well, no, he'll do it because we have all our shit together. We are finally in a position where he could get a Camaro and we would be okay with that. And if that's what would make him feel complete, then okay. Do you know what I want to feel complete? A new
baby.
refrigerator. No, a new refrigerator, which benefits fucking all of us because my life is like a fucking mom and wife and work from home. So
We have like one of those college kid refrigerators. sitting
no,
up there.
it's just old. I want a freezer that pulls out from I just need a bigger fridge with all the, anyway, that's boring. My point is that if that's what he wants, then that's what he can have because I am not going to be, we can afford it. So I'm not going to be that wife that says you don't, he works hard and he does his shit and he provides. And if that would make him feel happy, then cool.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
All
I'm
I'm
going to
saying-
return. I'm going to return my car and I'm going to buy you a refrigerator.
Ooh.
Why don't you just give me your car?
I'll give
And,
you.
and
You want my old one? You want my
Now
old black car,
we
my
see
big-
what she
big black?
really wants.
like for free?
Well, no.
For free.
I'll tell you what. You give me
What
your
if
old
I-
refrigerator,
what
and
if
I'll
I
give you
make-
my old
What
car.
if I make you Porter's godfather? He doesn't have a godparent yet. Would
What
you
is
get,
that going to do for me?
That means if we both die, you get him.
Oh, yay.
But you also get all the money that we would leave him.
Are you going to leave him
Ooh.
money?
Well, yeah, we have life insurance policies.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I get all the money or he gets all the money?
Well, if he's under 18, then you are in control of it.
And then I
Uh-oh.
could kill Porter.
You could technically,
Yeah.
but you
And
have to
then-
make like an
Technically.
accident.
Then Elle would come for like a vendetta killing.
But
and
like
she would
you're
find me.
not her
There we go.
godparent.
We got a
Aria.
new series.
Oh yeah, she would
Yes.
fucking stab
That would
you
be a hell of
in
a
the
show.
heart.
That would be a hell of a final episode.
Could you imagine Elle just flying? I could.
Yeah.
Flying at you with a fucking butcher knife.
Yeah, and I snatch her by her neck, and then she drops the knife and stabs me in my fat, rich belly.
Yeah.
It doesn't even penetrate any vital organs.
Nice
Just goes
try,
through the
bitch.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Last words
How
of
did
the
we
episode.
get
Nice
here?
try, bitch.
How did we fucking get here?
I have no idea. So, what was I talking about?
I don't
What
know.
were we
Talking about
talking
your
about?
fucking car. and
Yeah,
driving
you
No.
around.
So, I was going to say something. Oh, by the way, Euron Greyjoy, the actor that plays him, played in this other movie called Overlord. That was a
Oh, I saw that.
the weird World War II zombie movie.
Like by a fluke, I saw it. Like,
So he plays in that, and he's like a chameleon. He speaks this beautiful like German, and is very awful and mean and nasty. And he's skinnier and like kind of more muscular. And
he's a good actor.
he's a great.
You know what's
actor.
funny? He was in some fucking shitty rom-com, and I forget what it was called. And he played this like fucking Ken doll fiance, and like where I watched it and I was like, holy shit! Like this is the dude from Game of Thrones.
He's got
And-
range.
Yeah, and I was just impressed. If I would have seen the movie before Game of Thrones, I'd be like, this guy's a fucking asshole in real life. But then I'd seen Game of Thrones and I was like, this guy can play
He's got that-
douchebag. and play lots of other things. Yeah.
He's got that Christian Bale range.
Yeah.
Does he lose like 300 pounds overnight?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
become a new role?
Yeah, exactly. Man, that Christian Bale's amazing.
He is.
But he is amazing.
But he is amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks for repeating everything that we said.
Sorry, I'm looking up stuff about Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's a perfect opportune moment to take that.
To take that?
To
He's
look
really-
up this fucking Euron Greyjoy
He's
guy.
really
Wait till
handsome.
we're recording a
Let me see.
podcast to
Let me
look
see.
up some
Get a picture?
information.
Yeah, he's really good looking. Well, you're the one with the computer in front of you.
No.
Yeah, but I can't use
You know
my
what he
internet.
looks like? He looks like the dude from Dawson's Creek. What's his name?
Yeah,
He's-
Percy.
Yes, I was gonna say Percy, but I felt like that was wrong.
It's not Percy.
It is Percy from Dawson's Creek.
I thought it was Casey.
No, it's not
No,
Casey. It's
it's
not Percy.
Percy.
It's
Pacey.
Paisley.
Pacey.
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 Paisley.
Yeah, he looks like that.
All the
is it
21st
Pacey?
century names that
Pacey.
we have these days.
Pacey?
It's Pacey. That sounds.
All
I
right.
mean, I watched.
But his name is Jonathan Taylor. No, that's not him.
That's. You say Jonathan?
Taylor Thomas.
Jonathan
That's
Taylor
not.
Thomas.
No, that
yeah.
is Yeah, I know.
That's
Hold
Home
on.
Depot.
Hold
or
on.
Tool Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he. God,
His name was Pacey, and he was portrayed by
You know what's cringy?
Joshua
moment right now.
Jackson.
This fucking moment right
Why
now is
I was
cringy.
thinking it was like much weirder. name.
Cringy.
Cringy.
Yeah.
This moment.
What's cringy?
This moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not cringy at all, guys. You guys can be super cringy.
Well, yeah.
You know what's even more cringy than this moment? TikTok.
I don't understand what this. I looked up today, and you all had been texting back and forth about TikTok.
Listen.
What's going on with TikTok?
Listen, when we get off this podcast, I'm gonna hand you my phone for a max of 5 minutes and tell me when you're done with that 5 minutes that you were just not obsessed with just how weird it makes you feel.
Listen,
Right?
I love the feeling of cringing.
Me too.
I'll look up cringe compilations all the time on YouTube.
Yep.
And the majority of them are TikTok videos.
Yes.
That's how fucking cringy it is.
100%. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I downloaded it in November at Thanksgiving at my parents' house. My cousin's daughter was doing a TikTok video. And she uploaded it and we were like, oh, let's watch it. So you can download it without actually having to make a profile or connect it to anything. You can just, as long as you're not going to actually make videos, you can just have one so you can see stuff.
And it's spelled TIKTOK, right?
Yeah.
TikTok.
So I got it for that. And then one day, like a couple weeks later, I opened it up and I started scrolling through it. And I became like, it's like watching a weird car accident. Like,
It
it's
is,
so
but you can't take
fucking
your eyes off
cringy.
of it.
But
But
what is
I,
it? Explain
I
it to
will
everybody.
find myself at like 10 o'clock at night being like, I'm going to go through it. And then fucking an hour and a half has passed and I've done nothing but watch.
It's a black hole.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's-
Adam,
Yeah.
I've heard you make fun of Musically before, or Musically or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's
It's
basically
that,
that.
on steroids.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Musically is the one where you like
Yes.
sing to
So
songs.
it's like that times 10.
Really?
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
We can't either.
It's
Just watch the fucking
Yeah,
videos.
I should see
Dude,
this.
TikTok is
You-
so fucking cringy.
you'll sit there and just go and like you can just scroll through if you as fast as you want and it's just like holy fuck. So
TikTok takes whatever is wrong with this generation and puts it on one platform.
and to be fair,
Whoa, that's a hefty statement.
it's true, 100%. But for the most part, I would say the people who are on there are teens and in their mid-20s for the majority. And people
Yes.
have become TikTok famous. Like,
Yeah, what the
They
fuck
have-
is... Why do we have these famous people that get famous off of a stupid
I
fucking
know.
app like TikTok?
I was watching the Billboard Music Awards before I came, and there were like 20 people they announced. And I was like, who the fuck is this? And it was like a YouTuber or a TikToker or a Snapchatter. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I've become like my
At the
parents.
Billboard Music Awards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're everywhere. Yeah. But
It's like
so
the
yeah.
White Walkers. Maybe that's that like
Dead
our generation.
inside.
Who?
Like just they're dead inside.
Yeah.
And everything is yeah.
People I saw there's a couple YouTube videos or YouTube people that I really enjoy. That they're like about cars and stuff, and they have like 1 million followers, and it's pretty decent content.
That won't be on TikTok. Don't
no,
expect that ever.
I'm kind of going in a different direction.
You won't find that shit.
They
on
do this weird thing where they speed things up and then slow it down.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I knew
my
that.
God.
So it makes
And
it
they're
look.
comic.
It makes the movements look kind of weird.
There's a lot of anime people who do this.
It looks like Jamie's doing a robot.
So,
Because I've never
Yeah.
made one. I don't want to, but that's what they look like.
but like people on YouTube, like a lot of the YouTube personalities are really, really weird people. I ended up watching
yeah.
a documentary on Netflix, which you can actually watch. It's called The Meme Generation.
Oh, I've seen that. Yep.
It's got the guy that's called the Fat Jewish.
Yep. There's another one they just put up there too.
It's got Paris Hilton and then like a few other people. It's really fucked up. I mean, they all get famous on Vine, or they were already famous, and then they're like, wait, I'm losing followers.
Yeah.
I have to start doing more and more and more insane shit. And I have to be insane from the minute I wake up until the minute I go to sleep. Every party I go to, I have to be insane. I have to be on video. And they talk about how, like, they're like fucked.
Yeah,
They're obsessed
Well,
with themselves and obsessed.
They start
with
out as an act, and then the act turns into the personality.
their
Well,
reality.
Instagram
It's
just
fucking
announced
crazy.
that they're looking to have an update where likes are now not going to be a thing. So you can't they want people to be focused on the videos, not the likes, and there were all these Instagram influencers, I put in quotes, air
They're like
quotes.
freaking out.
Yeah, because
Yep.
like their
Instagram
likes
models.
is what like validates them.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
holy shit, I'm not getting 200,000 likes. Like I can't function.
I posted a funny caption about me having a 400 horsepower car and how it puts smiles on my face, and I was blown away. It's like you have 50 people that like this photo, and a normal photo for me is going to get like 20 likes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's like almost triple, and it's still going up, and you get obsessed with that. You're like, wow, there's people that I've never even, because I hashtagged all this stuff, like all these people that are like, wow, that's cool, and you become obsessed with that. And imagine if I posted something on Instagram today, and I got 100,000 likes.
I'm terrified for my kids. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like that's where our generation is going.
It's a dangerous
Um,
world.
Yeah. It terrifies me.
I gotta
you know-
admit, whenever I post something on the OBP Instagram, I'm like checking it every fucking 5 minutes.
To
What
see.
new likes have we got?
Yeah, and I mean, admittedly, I think we're really, I mean, honestly, we're pretty fucking terrible at social media marketing. I mean, we just kind of post
Well,
every
to
once in
be-
a while
hold
because
on.
we just none of us are like.
Well, let's be fair
100%
here.
invested in it.
When we say we, Devin is way better at it than you and me are.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. Well, you are.
appreciate it.
No, you are. You're
You are. It's but in all of
You're
us,
young
we
and
have
cool.
jobs. We have like a
I'm
life.
hip.
You're hip.
Yeah, you're so hip.
Well, he's hipper than you
Fuck.
and me.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this conversation right now?
I don't know.
He's
Whatever-
hipper than you.
Yeah,
What?
whatever it is, it's about to have me going into all the weights that I'm better than Devin.
No.
Although Devin does have. Anyway, so
What?
no. I was gonna just let's move on.
Just move on.
Let's just let's keep going.
It was gonna be a nice thing. It was gonna
Aw.
be derogatory towards me.
So you stopped it because you didn't want to compliment Devin.
No, I didn't. I stopped it
Fuck
because
that guy.
I stopped it because it was just like a little too derogatory towards me. Like I'm self-deprecating to a point, but then I'm like, you know what? That just really makes you sound terrible.
Yeah.
So like, just don't say that. I mean, like I joke around about alcohol all the time at work. I drink alcohol maybe a couple times a week, and when I do, it's always responsibly. I might have a cocktail, but I joke around it all the time. I have a big, deep, gravelly voice, and I smoke cigarettes every once in a while. Everybody at work, because of the way that I joke, they literally think that
You're like an alcoholic, smoke. Yeah.
that I get into my car and I just down bottles of whiskey every night, and
To
that
be
like
fair,
I
I-
chew up cigarettes and I just eat them.
But to be fair, if I didn't know you, I would probably think the same thing. But but what I'm just saying. No, but what my point is that I
Typecast.
do know you, and I do know you don't do that. But I could see at face value why people may assume that just from joking and
Yeah, because I'm like I'm gonna go home and drink some whiskey,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, oh my god, he's an alcoholic.
I can
You
see that.
ever wonder what people just immediately think about you?
Every
Like
day.
like reactionary. They look
No.
at you and be like, I bet that's the guy who fucking, I don't know, jerks off in a public bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a weird place to go.
Yeah. That it was weird.
No, I
Yeah.
don't. You know,
Like, I bet that guy doesn't have anybody that he goes home
I
to
was-
that loves him.
I was way
Yeah.
more self-conscious about what people thought about me, and then I had kids. And I know that may sound weird, but like having kids, you get to a point where like you're doing the best you can, and you get to a point where you're like, fuck everybody else. Like, I'm keeping these kids alive. I'm trying to maintain like some normal like life, and I don't give a fuck if I'm out at Target with like holy sweatpants and not real shoes and like a tank top that doesn't fit. Like,
So you're basically saying
I mean,
basically
there-
saying having kids, after that you give zero fucks about
basically,
anything.
I think, well, you know, I think you do. You kind of, your life in a good way sometimes. I'm not going to act like all the time.
well, you find the things that you do give a shit about.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
the
the most
point.
important thing.
Yeah, you can go places and you go, I don't give a, you know, I remember before I had kids, I always had to leave the house with full makeup on and hair and looking good and like outfits picked out, and then you have kids and it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm married, I have 2 kids, I'm happy, I don't give a fuck what fucking dude at
Yeah.
Walgreens thinks I look like when I'm
yeah.
getting like 25 Keebler cookies.
I mean, yeah, I've reached that point in
25
my
single
life,
ones.
but I mean, at the same time, I mean, there are times when you're like, yeah, I wonder what people think of me, and, you know, especially
yeah, I mean,
professionally.
For
'Cause,
sure.
you know, I have to be around a lot of people, and I know that I've kind of, you know, I've made a name for myself. Everyone knows that I say outlandish shit, but I've also said outlandish shit that makes them think that I'm like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you might want to tone down that a little bit, because people, the preconceived notions, I mean, you know, perception is reality.
Yeah.
And, you know, we kind of get caught up in that kind of stuff.
But I also think that you work someplace where that it can be overly sensitive.
Yes.
So
Speaking
you coming in and saying something like that could mean a lot more than you working in a lot of other places where you come in and say that and they go, oh,
Yeah, it has a
You
lot
know?
more
So-
weight behind it.
yeah.
I'm part of a double manager team. We have about anywhere between 15 and 20. Hey, everybody. This is Adam with Open Box Policy. This episode has a bit of a problem in it. Right near the end of the episode, I was really pissed off about work, and I started to run my mouth and say some things that I shouldn't have said. So in a panic, I had to have Devin edit out some of that stuff so I don't get fired. So what we're going to end up giving you is a little short and a little edited. I promise, moving forward, if I say anything that could potentially get me fired, I'll just leave it in and let you all listen. But for this time, I'm sorry. Take care.